And we're back! I am cutting up root vegetables for the leg of lamb, and I'm so excited. I was inspired to use beets. I've never roasted a leg of lamb with beets before, mostly because, well, the reason I was inspired is because I grew this one. This is the biggest beet we grew. I don't even remember when the seed was planted, but there it is. Now I just got these beets at the store. Very big, but I still want to try this one. I'm gonna cut them and chop them. Ooh, it's a chioga. Ooh, I didn't know that. Oh, baby, I got a chioga beet. I have to show Bobby. Well, you'll see it in the video. Never mind, I'll show you later. Yeah, so I have no idea if this is gonna stay in my cutting board. I'm okay with that. Wow. So it's obviously for the pattern. I identified it immediately because I didn't take really good records about what beet was where, but I'm gonna try doing that in the future. Chioga, something like that. The cultivar. So pretty. I want to take the tops of the beets, put them away. They're mostly cleaned and scrubbed. The beet greens are good for cooking as well. Any way you'd cook any other type of green or Swiss chard, I would show you later. One thing at a time. We're working on root vegetables for the base of the leg of lamb. And I want to do this before my next meeting. Although, but I don't want to get cut. Always safety first. You're never in too much of a hurry no matter what. Oh, it's so good to be Zen. Although it would be interesting to see how the video of me slicing into my hand would do. And here's how you do first aid, kids. So it's good to have a sharp knife. It's good to be careful. And I'm just imagining a good size for eating these. I mean, I don't really honestly know what I'm doing. I've prepared beets before, and I sort of remember. Like, here's what happened. Do I want to tell you? I lost all my cookbooks. So I've slowly been getting more cookbooks. How do you manage losing all your cookbooks? Just amazing. I lost all my sunglasses once too. Every pair. Anyway, here are the beets, except for these, which this is gonna get into the garbage, compost, not trash. And then these, I want them to be special. Oh, they're so beautiful. I just love them so much, even if they're tiny, because I grew them and they're different. I have a test kitchen. All the time I'm growing new things in the test kitchen that I've never grown before. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it very much. Of course, it's the day before the end of November. November is 30 days. So today is the last day of November 2020. Wow, year 2020. There's basically some sort of tropical storm outside because it's like 60 degrees and the wind is 40 or 50 miles an hour. The gusts. This is a fennel or an anise bulb. They may be the same plant. I don't know. I don't know much about this. I haven't grown it yet, but I like the taste of it. I have no idea if it's going to go with beets, but that's why we're doing this, because it's like, well, I've never tried it with beets before. Maybe you can do something with these tips. I'm going to throw them away. How do I prepare this? Well, it's basically like something hard to explain. Oh, the smell is everything. Oh, it smells like licorice. I think what I'm going to do, I'm only somewhat worried about this bit in the middle. I'm actually mostly not worried about it. All right. I think that this is holding it together. I definitely don't want to cut that. I think that this is something we'll deal with after it's been prepared. I love the fact that the beet residue is partially staining this material. I think that's awesome. And I expect this marinade to be red or pink because of the beets and the juices and the fact that we're using oil and acid. So these agents, they're solvents for biochemicals that are really interesting and that naturally occur in food. Kvitchin in the kitchen. I've got the leg of lamb. I think I'm ready. I think everything else is prepared. And that's all I needed to do is just start to have fun putting all the stuff in the pan that I have prepared. This is like, I feel like I'm living on a boat. Look at these two, so pretty. Maybe I'll make it like a little flat. Sacrifice that much beet just so it sits nicely. I want them both to be in the frame. Okay, great. Here's the frame. And I got carrots. So good. I mean, I'm cooking root vegetables, and technically I'm probably going to run into trouble because the vegetables will be done before the lamb is. And then I'm going to have to take them out and wonder if they're really done and put them back in at the end. So I have to think of all these things and plan it. The timing is going to matter. And more beets. I'm gonna use it all up. I'm gonna put it all in here. Oh, it should be on top of it too. I'm gonna hit trouble. I have to be careful what I touch now that I touched the leg of lamb. But it's okay because I'm gonna wash the potatoes first. All right, I gotta wash my hands. That's all. Just a little rub and little spritz. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna approach this. I want to set this on a bed of stuff. Literally, this is how I'm gonna do it. Is that a hair? I have long blonde hair. They will end up in your food if you come to eat with me. Probably. I mean, it's not like I'm not selling on it. I touched it anyway. All right. A little bed. I want these on the bottom. I don't want it to be on the bottom by itself. I don't know what this is going to do other than elevate it, but I want it to be a little bit elevated for fun. Great. Okay. This hand is contaminated. I have no idea how I know that, but it is. Ooh, that's the sound of the oven preheating. Ready. I need to set the oven again because of the way this oven works, or else it would just turn itself off. Now it's still at 350 right now. I guess I'm cooking it at 350. All right, why not? I'm going to take these potatoes and I'm going to scrub them a little bit because they did not get washed. They're brand new out of the bag. They're probably fine, but you know, I gotta have some standards. Yeah. In California, my foodie friends. I'll say that. I don't know if I was talking about one conversation with one individual. Probably. Anyway. What was the idea? Amoebas on strawberries. You can rinse them off. So do that. I'm going to cut these before I get them anywhere near anything bad. There's a lot going on here. I mean, what time is it? 3 minutes to 7. Ooh. Oh, remember what I said about not stressing? Breathe. My goal was to get this in the oven by 7. Sometimes, you know, timing really does matter. I don't know. I just try to live my life like the timing will work out and then imagine that's what will happen. I think this is pretty. That's what I like about it. Just a bunch of vegetables. Oh, and the most important part. Because the vegetables left like this. There's 2 more that fell. But, oh, yeah. But the amazing thing is nothing's fallen on the computer yet. Look at this purple potato. How amazing is that? Purple potato with chewed whatever beets. I mean, I just think it's pretty, and like maybe it's something to do with landscape design. It's like if it looks pretty from plan view, it'll look pretty in the garden. Could you imagine being an ant on this landscape? No, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm gonna end up in the oven if I do that. Fat side up, so when it melts, I'm gonna have to figure out how long to cook this for. I'm just gonna shove it in the oven for an hour with these vegetables. Oh, and the drink. This marinade we made. 1/3 of a cup Marsala wine. 1/3 of a cup water. Look at my fingers. I've been working so hard. You can tell they're all pruned up. 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Isn't that fun? Everywhere. We need this or else everything's gonna get too hot too quickly. Into the oven and set for 1 hour. I'll do that later. And I'll say goodbye for now. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.